Guys, welcome to and welcome back. I got to hurry up and cook this before it go bad. It's going on 3 days. This is chuck pot roast, okay? 1643. Because usually I put my meat. Okay, so what happened was I had this in the refrigerator and not the freezer. Usually when I get my meats, I put them in the freezer ASAP, take them out the day I plan on cooking them. But since it's been in the refrigerator, okay, still chilled, I'm just second guessing it. That's all. I'm gonna rinse this in cold water. So one thing I love about this particular dish is that it's very savory. This is something that you should have leftovers with. And so that means that I ain't got to cook the next couple days, right? Okay. I usually get the bigger shoulder. You know what I'm saying? It's way more meat or whatever. But that sits in the refrigerator for about a week, and then I end up giving it to the dog. So I just went and got a smaller one. And hopefully this is my first time cooking it, but hopefully it's just as good. It's time. Now we're going to put a little flour in here. I got my skillet getting hot. I didn't add no flour to that flour container yet. So that means I gotta just pour it straight from the bag. The flour there, maybe a little bit more, because we're gonna want a little bit of gravy from it. All right, I'm gonna set that there. I got my green pepper cut up. I'm gonna go ahead and add some oil to the skillet. Just enough to sear the bottom. So I'm just making sure that grease is getting hot. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down. We're gonna season our meats. The oven is preheating at 350. Y'all know I can't talk and season at the same time. It'll come out too seasoned. After you use a seasoning. Okay, so the seasonings that we're using is the Tony's Creole, the Slap Your Mama, the Lowry seasoning, the garlic, salt, the onion, salt, and black pepper. Those are the seasonings. And they have one of those tools that you can buy. It's almost like a hammer, but it has like little indentions in it. And that's what people can hit the meat with. And it kind of like makes the meat more tender. Yeah, I need to get one of those. Because what I've been doing all these years is just taking a fork or a knife and just, making little punctures and then pushing the seasoning through that way. But 2025 is definitely time to see. It's definitely time to step it up and get a little bit more professional in the kitchen. Okay. Another way of stepping it up in 2025, I want to start, I've shopped at the butcher shop before, but I'm definitely going to be going there more frequently just to compare the prices at my local stores and to see if there's, better cleanliness, better quality at the meat market. So now I'm going to flip it this way, and we're going to season this side. You say that was a lot of seasoning for that one side, ma'am. All right, it was, I agree. Let me try to flip it this way and see if we can season it. Secondhand seasoning. I'm just going to put some more on there. That's all I'm going to do. So here in Kansas City, we have a butcher shop called Brick-A-Myers. And Brick-A-Myers has been around for quite some time. And the meat goes straight from the farm to the butcher shop. Okay, they cut out the middleman. And so the last time we went there, my husband was throwing some stuff on the grill. I had some family come in from out of town. And I believe one of them was a brisket. Anyway, I forget. But yeah, so we went there and it was a long line of people. It's like people that was serious about the quality of their meat. That's what the line felt like. Because it's like, why not go somewhere where you can get like a one-stop shop? Excuse me. Like, where we normally get our meats from. You can get meats, you can get some shoes, you can get some tires. You can get all that in one stop. Well, 2025, I just feel like I want more assurance of quality meat. I want to eat in confidence and know that what I'm eating has, has been done by professionals. Because sometimes, you know, if you're short staffed, you got to take somebody from over here and put them over there. And then they over there looking like they don't know what they're doing, but they got to improvise and compromise. So, and I'm not saying that that's where, you know, what happened where I got this meat from. But I'm just saying, like, a professional butcher shop should know the standard on how to produce the best quality meat. Sometimes the stuff that I cook sits in the refrigerator. Green pepper. Okay, so now we're going to lightly flour. I'm gonna put this in the dish. Our grease is nice and hot. If you have some green pepper, some orange pepper, yellow pepper, whatever, red pepper, you don't want to put that. Well, I guess I haven't got to that point yet. But somebody might be wondering, like, why is that green pepper over there prematurely? I cut up the pepper this time before the video. Okay, so y'all see how it's nice and breaded? Sometimes we would season the flour, but this time I just feel like the meat is seasoned enough. That was a lot of seasoning, y'all. You can always add more seasoning at the end, but you definitely don't want to put too much in the beginning. All right, so that looks like that's good to go. Shake it so we don't get flour everywhere, and lay it. Shake it and lay it. We're still going to use this flour for some gravy. All right, so you want to get like 2 sharp knives, or whatever you can use to turn it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I usually use knives, but that's when I have like a more round, I don't know the difference. This is still chuck roast, as I said, but this is a lot flatter. So the one that I normally get is like a big old shoulder, I think is what I normally get. Anyway, we're going to turn this heat up. And we just want that flour to get nice and golden brown underneath there. We're not trying to cook it on top of the stove with that little bit of grease, honey. All you're doing is giving... I don't really know why we're doing this. I just always do my pot roast like that. Y'all see that? And now most of that flour is being absorbed. Most of that grease is being absorbed in the flour. But we're going to need the rest of that grease to make gravy. So you're just letting it get brown. And like I said, the oven is preheating. I wanted to do this video in a cute little dress with my apron. I got my apron cleaned and washed and hanging up. And I just got off work. I'm in my uniform. I don't know what my face is looking like. But somebody needs this recipe. Somebody needs to make this. Okay? You say, why I need to make this? You need to make this because your family is tired of the drive-through window. Okay? All right? Jaquilla, your family is tired of the drive-through window. They need some of that good old-fashioned soul food. Okay, maybe not soul food, but... Now I'm going to flip it a little bit. But yeah, I normally cook the great big one. And it sits in the refrigerator for quite some time. So I got a smaller one. We're going to see how long that's there in the refrigerator. Okay, so I just want y'all to see this. And usually what I would do is stand it up. Stand it up. Let me show y'all. And I would let it cook on its side, right? Because as y'all can see, those sides don't quite, you know. But we're not finna do all that. What I will do is put this in here. Okay? That's gonna be what we cook it in. No, it's not a roasting pan. I'm not getting that big old roasting pan out right now. I'm just not doing it. We got our whisk. Turn that handle inward so you don't accidentally spill grease on you. Pour a little bit of flour and stir. Okay? That's all you're doing. Pouring a little bit of flour and stirring. You say, what's she doing? Making gravy, honey. This gravy gonna be so good. It'll bring your family together. Y'all be eating under one roof. Somebody's like, oh Lord, I don't want that gravy then. Go on and forgive them. Go on and forgive them. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper. We're gonna blacken this gravy up. And now I'm gonna put a little bit of Tony's Creole seasoning. A little bit of Lawry's. I wonder why they always name seasonings after men. Lawry and Tony, and then we got Slap Your Mama. Garlic. All right, that is seasoned to the T, to the nines. And just keep stirring. We don't want oh Lord. We don't want no every time I say we don't want no, it end up being just that. So now we're gonna have little lumps in our gravy because that was way too much flour at one time. That's all right though. That's all right. No, it ain't all right. Y'all, when I say me cooking after work, what in the hootamajigget? Y'all, every time I get in this kitchen and I'm still in my uniform, I still got my work shoes on. All right, that's enough flour. All right, so this is cold water. I got that from one of my subscribers. No? Kim, I got that from you, honey. You said I believe that was Kim that said that. You said use cold water when you make your gravy because you don't want to overcook the gravy. No? Anyway. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more water because now I don't know what's going on. I'm unfamiliar with it looking like such. Some people was designed, honey. I believe when the Lord designed me, I'm designed to have hired servants. Okay, that sounds terrible. I just feel like God knew. He put in me, since I'm very kind and compassionate. Yes, I am. I know some people are watching this and they beg to differ. But since I'm very kind and compassionate, I just feel like I would be a great person to have hired help. Okay, you know, a chef. What's that called when they do your laundry? And I wouldn't want nobody doing my laundry, y'all. That's just too personal. That's too personal for me. If I had that type of money, there would be some things like maybe my bedding, you know, but my personal clothes? No, I can wash my personal clothes. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so since I'm so kind and compassionate, I would be the perfect person to have people, you know, working for me. No? Anyway, so now the gravy looks more like gravy. We can pat ourselves on the back. All right, add a little bit more water. Because my husband and I ain't gonna put this just on Tony, but we can slather gravy on anything. I'm surprised we're not more obese than what we come across on camera. Let him tell it. He's as fit as a fiddle, y'all. But, yeah, I'm surprised we're not bigger than what we are because we love us some gravy. All right. So that's about right. That is about right. Would I have appreciated it if it was a little bit darker? Yes. Because right now I really can't tell if it's white gravy or brown gravy. I don't know if that's good or not. Anywho, so I'm gonna put that there so y'all can see and be a part of the process. And now I'm just we're gonna pour this on here and it's gonna be sitting on a bed of gravy. Oh Lord, let me turn turn that off. All right, let me get the going. All right, so that is an excessive amount of gravy. All right, and I'm just going to slide this over. That way the gravy can be You're like, what is, say it, ladies, spit it out. So the gravy can be underneath it as well. All right, so now I'm gonna put a little bit foil. You will need to use foil. Slide it up a little bit. You will need to use foil. All right. That handle's getting hot. And then when I pick it up, it's probably going to be too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Y'all remember that song? Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. I think that's the Ghostbusters song, ain't it? Anyway. And it is 11:21. Oh, shoot. That is my husband's, never mind. He's getting ready to retire from his position real soon here, real soon. And y'all, I'm just now learning that his number was 11:21. I may edit that part out. That may be too TMI for the internet. But then again, this may not go public until he's actually retired. So we're going to use our mittens, our Dollar Tree mittens. I say that because sometimes we don't get stuff from Dollar Tree because we think it's no good. But not everything at Dollar Tree is dollar quality. Be very careful because you know that thing is loaded with gravy. So you don't want to be swishing and swishing, you know, and then have the gravy falling down the sides. All right, so I'm going to clean this mess up a little bit because we want to add the potatoes in after 30 minutes. Maybe 45 minutes, so that's being in that oven. Where's I need my thing so I can, my timer. I need my timer. I should start peeling those potatoes, but since they're the little bitty Idaho golden potatoes, do I really have to peel them? I don't think I have to peel them. I'm going to peel them, but I don't think I have to peel these. I know I got to peel the dark brown ones. But, anyway. Now, y'all, don't act like that. Have y'all ever had potatoes that still had the skin on them? Is that the red potatoes? I think that's the red potatoes. Usually, I just buy the brown, but because I was trying to be fancy for the video, I went ahead and bought the golden ones. As y'all can see, I went ahead and put it on 30 minutes, okay? Why did I tell y'all that? Okay, yeah, so instead of the 45 minutes, because I feel like 45 minutes is too long for that small roast. So we're gonna go 30 minutes, and then I put the potatoes in there for about 15 minutes, and then I add the green peppers, and then it sits in there for 20 more minutes. Okay, because you got to give the potatoes and peppers time to cook. Okay, guys, so it is about that time. We're going to take this out the oven. Usually I would have had that wiped off, but y'all been editing the same time that I was allowing it. Ooh. Y'all know one thing I do not want scars on is my hands. Edit that part out. All right, so let's look at it. Examine our work, see what we've done. Whew. That steam, honey, that steam ain't no joke. I got my potatoes peeled. I done already put some of my dishes in the dirty dish sink. So we just gonna do it like that. Anyway. What am I doing here? What am I doing? We're going to drizzle a little bit of that on top of there. How many of y'all can get off work and still cook a good meal? Y'all probably do a lot of prep work, huh? All right. So far, so good, y'all. So far, so good. So now I'm going to add the potatoes because it's been long. It's been like 45 minutes I left it in there for a little bit longer than the 30 because I was peeling the potatoes. I'm just, for those who don't know how to peel potatoes, don't assume everybody has ever, been exposed to what comes naturally to you. See, the reason why my channel is, I want to say, so unique, because I know there's people out there that have been in situations where nobody else can relate. And it's probably been so negative that it's almost embarrassing to be around other people, because being around other people shows you exactly where you lack or where you kind of sort of don't fit in or what you don't know. And I'm here to tell you, I've been in those situations, and this is going to definitely be a safe place for you on this channel, because God is putting me back together one scripture at a time. And as he puts me back together, I share what the revelation, but I share what the scriptures, how they have strengthened me. Okay? I found that if you have any other foundation other than the Word of God, expect to be made over. Expect to be made over, because it's only what we do for Christ that's going to last. Christ Jesus is the solid rock that I stand on, and sometimes, my stance is a little wobbly, but I'm still standing on the Word. So, yeah. So I just wanted to show you how to peel those potatoes. I remember it was, I don't think I've shared this with you guys before, but there was a lady who had, did something nice for my kids when they were in like elementary school, and my daughter was in Head Start. And she had got a company. They was like, hey, we want to do something nice for somebody for Christmas. And so she chose my family. And so, because my daughter was reading at the age of 4. Okay, she was in the newspaper and everything for reading at the age of 4. And so this teacher was so fascinated with the way I was raising my kids. She was like, these children are exceptional. She was like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, I'm just keeping them in church. She was like, just fascinated. And so she started taking a liking to my daughter, because she was in her class. And so she, got my family the hookup for Christmas. And I was so appreciative of it. And I said thank you. I said thank you to her. But I didn't know that I was supposed to have written a card or filled out a card, a thank you card. And so when she told me, she was like, well, she's like, I forget how she said it, honestly, but it wasn't rude, but it was just like, well, most people, they write a thank you card. And the way how I took it as I didn't show enough gratitude. I took it as I may have insulted the people who went out of their way to buy beautiful, nice, expensive gifts. I thought that my thank you to her was sufficient, but it wasn't. And so it hurt my feelings that I may have hurt somebody else's feelings. So it caused me to wonder, what else have I done in my life that I didn't do right? When you don't know the proper etiquette for some things, it causes you to avoid it altogether. And so I quickly went and got a thank you card and filled it out and everything. But why did I say that? This is a safe place for you here, because in my comment section, you can be yourself. You can be yourself. I just know that I know when it's coming from a malicious place. I know when it's coming from a place where this person just may not know better, and that's cool too. But I also know when it's coming from a malicious, intentional, after the 17th insult, I may have to block you. After the 17th, just rude, abruptly disruptive comment, I may have to block you. But for the most part, I like for people to feel at home and comfortable. You don't have to worry about your punctuation over here. You don't have to worry about if it's spelled correctly. If you decide to even leave a comment, you may not decide to leave a comment, and that's fine too. But you are welcomed here. You are loved. I don't care what you've done. I don't care where you've been. I don't care what you've been through. You are loved over here and appreciated. All right, so I'm going to grab these little potatoes. Hot potatoes, cold tomatoes. All right, we're going to rinse them off, and then we're going to slather them inside the gravy, put the lid on it, cook it for 20 minutes. You want to rinse them off in cold water. I don't know, just do it. I don't know. Just one rinse. Two rinse. My husband's the only one who really likes potatoes. I just want to try the meat and the gravy. But yeah, that proper etiquette gets me every time. And so I know that there's some people that haven't been exposed. That's where I was going with that. You haven't been exposed to everything, and so that you don't feel stupid or so that you don't hurt anybody's feelings, you tend to avoid stuff. But I just like to, if you have a question about something, you don't know something, nobody took the time out to show you, maybe the people who raised you didn't know themselves, So we might be some late bloomers over here, but we still blooming. In Jesus' name. All right. Y'all, usually I put my bell pepper in the refrigerator when I first buy it, but this time I was supposed to cook this dish 3 days ago, right? So I didn't put my meat in the freezer. It stayed in the refrigerator. I didn't put my green pepper in the refrigerator. It stayed on the counter. And it started getting soft. But in the store, it's not in the refrigeration section. So I don't get that. All right, we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to drink a little bit of this cappuccino. And we're going to stick with our process of recording, editing, and uploading. And I'm going to finish editing as we wait on this to get ready. We're going to set it for 20 minutes. Okay, that's 25. And then and after 15 minutes, I'm going to put them peppers in there. Them peppers going to cook with the gravy. That's what we're going to do. Am I going to wipe the stove off? Is that what you said? Laquita, is that what you said? I just need to clean my oven, that's all. Apparently. That will be the next video y'all see. Well, okay, I don't know when, but I'm going to do it and edit it and get it up. All right. Y'all see how good that look? The potatoes are nice and soft. Yeah, they falling apart. And it is 12:45. We're going to rinse these in cold water. And I'm just going to... You want these to be in big chunks. You're like, no, I don't. Well, because they cook away. Then again, do they cook away? Usually when I do my pot roast, they get... I don't know. We're doing it for the flavor. We're going to keep them big, okay? I'm going to make sure ain't nothing sticking. I'm going to flip this over. Flip it. Oh, shoot. Come on now. Hold on. Try not to take the breading off. Oh, well. That's why I don't... They're like, why you don't like cooking? That's why. Because I took the time out to put the breading on there. So what I'm doing here is trying to see how tender it is. But I'm also trying to be mindful not to mess up this new pot. If you treat your pots and pans a little bit better than what you've been doing, they'll last a little bit longer. All right, yeah, this is not falling apart whatsoever. Only thing falling apart is me. We're going to speak positive. We're going to speak life. We're going to speak life. But y'all, I literally, for me to still be in my uniform, I finally took my shoes off. And now this is threatening not to come out right. I am upset. Somebody's going to learn from it. They're going to take the recipe and run with it. And we're just going to put this. I feel like the smoke detectors are maybe 15 minutes away from coming on.
What?
I cooked it with my uniform on, my shoes on. I did this for you.
See, there you go. Don't be putting that on me.
If this didn't come out right,
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Don't be trying to put that on me.
because you know when I get out work and I cook, it's a sacrifice.
Okay.
It's a burden.
Yeah. Don't put that burden on me.
No, I'm just playing.
Yes, you. No, you ain't.
Ooh, I ain't never had the foil stick to the thing now.
What you put in there?
Gravy.
I know, but what's that other? There's some big old chunks of
Potatoes.
potatoes and green peppers.
That's how you're supposed to do it, dear.
Who said that?
The lady on YouTube.
You need to quit looking at all them people on YouTube.
Come on now. The potatoes is nice and soft.
Is it sticking to the non-stick pan?
It's sticking to the non-stick pan. This is getting on my.
How is it sticking to the non-stick
I
pan?
don't know. It's a long story.
Yeah. Look, you about to dump it on the floor.
No, I'm not.
Oh, but that's right. You fed me food off the floor before.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I
you
would
did.
Never.
Yes, you did.
The mashed potatoes were still in the container.
No, it wasn't. It was on the floor.
Turn that radio off. I don't want to edit nothing out this video. I want people to see what I have to go through.
What through what?
When I cook you something,
How what? You gonna plop gravy all on the floor when you flip
I
that
just
over.
want to flip it.
Why don't you use the tongs?
Because both of them are in the sink. Because you know it's still technically gonna cook while it's sitting in this hot gravy.
You know, you got more than one.
I know. I use both of them.
No, that's that one.
Yeah, both of the tongs are in this.
You can get them all. We got 3.
Okay, well it's already turned. It's already flattened. This is gravy.
Guess what?
It's gravy.
Okay.
I just wish it was falling off the bone. They keep putting this dang on meat glue in here.
Ain't no bone in there.
Ain't no bone in there. But it's supposed to fall apart. It's supposed to be tender and juicy.
Look at the size of them bell peppers.
Yeah, you're not supposed to make them real small because you want to get the flavor.
Did you put some celery and carrots in there?
No, I didn't.
That's how you cook pot roast.
This is not. You know. I have a video on my channel of pot roast. If you guys want to see the actual pot roast, this is something else. $16 worth of.
You got to put the carrots and the celery.
Last time I
bell
did that,
pepper,
it said I did the whole fixings, cooked it in the
and
pot
the
roast,
potatoes.
and I did that, and it sat in the refrigerator for almost 2 weeks. Anthony.
No.
Yes, it did.
Was it a beef pot roast or pork?
It was a pork pot roast.
So you should have got the beef pot
because
roast.
the beef does this.
No.
It doesn't cook.
You get
all the way.
you get the beef pot roast. It do cut through all
Okay,
the
well
way.
it's cooked, but it's not tender. This is cartilage or gristle or what is that? Fat back.
And you recording that?
Yeah, I'm recording because I'm upset.
Upset about what?
They seen the whole process, and now they see that it's not tender at all. Anyway, I'm done. Anytime I cook in this uniform,
just leave it there. I get
anytime I
it.
cook in this uniform,
I get it. Just leave it there. I'll get it.
what you gonna do? You gonna fix it up?
No, I'm gonna do it. Just leave it like it is. I ain't gonna eat them big gigantic ass bell peppers though.
Oh, you gonna eat the bell peppers?
No, I'm not.
Oh
It's
yeah,
too
that's the
damn
part. That's
big.
the part you're gonna eat right there.
No, you should put some celery in there. We had celery in there. Put some celery in there. Cut
You
some
can't even
carrots up in
taste
there.
celery. Celery is tasteless. It's for decoration.
See. That's
Now-
why I cook.
Now the potatoes is turning into mashed potatoes. Let me taste this. It might taste better than it looks. Okay, so what I'm getting ready to do here is a small taste test. I was kind of upset how the end result was starting to look. Um, like I said, a lot of times when I cook, my food is not consistent. It's not regular. It's like, oh, you taste it's like, yeah, this is mama's meatloaf. This is definitely mama's chili. This is definitely how she would make her mashed potatoes. No, it's gonna taste different each time. So, different texture, different taste. It's gonna look different. And I'm not sure what that's from. Obviously, I'm doing something different each time I cook it, but what that is, I don't know. So right now I was like, this don't feel tender enough. I've cooked some stuff where the meat felt like it was falling off the bone or just falling apart, and this is like still together. Y'all, this is so good. Tony, it's delicious. I'm not editing that cuss word out. Y'all know he a heathen. It's tender. It's flavorful. The gravy is doing the gravy dance. I want a little bit more of that gravy. The bell pepper, I taste the flavor of the bell pepper. Y'all, he said I should as big as they are. Y'all, when that Negro retires, he's going to be helping me with these cooking tutorials since he thinks I'm just way out there in left field. Poseidon, you want a piece of this?
I'll be doing all the cooking.
Poseidon, you want a piece of this? My baby want a piece of this.
You turn the oven on?
I did. Poseidon, taste this. Come on over here. Can you jump? Come get it. Come get it. Okay, never mind. I'll get kicked out the black community. They'll be like, get that dog out that kitchen. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, that's enough. You can get the rest when it's a couple days old, been sitting in the refrigerator. Y'all, this is so good. I just don't know what that part is that was hindering me from like, It ain't too seasoned. It's perfect. It's better than my pot roast.
That is a pot roast.
And it's not too fatty. The part that I just cut off, it's not too fatty. I'm gonna get a potato. Yeah, forgive me for the stuff on my shirt. When I say I work hard when I go to work, I'm lying. No, I'm playing. That big old bell pepper don't taste good. It's a little bit too soft.
A little bit too big.
Tony, I didn't know you could hear me from all the way in the bedroom.
Sure can.
That's annoying. You have just watched another life-changing episode of Ronnie Cooking in the Kitchen. Toodles!